Hey guys, it's Mrs. Summers again. So I'm not going to be in today. Riley's still sick and I have to give her medication too often, and her school will not be giving her medication, so I have to stay home and make sure that she's getting what she needs. Anyway, I don't want to hold up your writing, okay? So this may be a two-part video because of the time. I hope it's not, but just in case it is, be ready for a video 2 and make sure you watch the second video, okay? All right, so yesterday you guys worked on the first drill, which was kind of identifying character traits and coming up with a character name for the character that's going into your realistic fiction story. All right, it's really important that today you guys understand what a scene is. And yesterday you were to have recorded this in your notebook. So if you did not do that, I think you need to pause the video right now to record this in your notebook, okay? Again, really important that you know what scenes are composed of. Those 4 bullet points here, there, wherever they are, okay? Make sure you write those down in your spiral, all right, before we move ahead. So pause now if you need to, and then I'm just going to move right along ahead. All right, so today you're ready for boot camp drill number 2. So in your spirals, if you can write scene boot camp drill number 2, just like it says up here in the title, okay? I want you to make sure you jot that in your spirals before you jot some of this information down, okay? All right, so today's drill, the point of it is that we're going to take the character that you created or that you developed more yesterday, and you're going to drop them into an everyday scene. Okay, so if I have a character who's kind of shy, that was one of the traits maybe, and maybe they're not very social, they don't know how to socialize, they're not comfortable socializing, and I put them in the hallway at school, I might notice their behavior. So a shy person who's not very social might walk in the hallway with their books close to their chest and maybe have their head down or away from the rest of the people in the hallway, right? So I want you to think about all of those things based on the person that you created, this character you created. Think about how they would do everyday things. If they're a vivacious, lively, social character, then they're going to do things in that same exact way. They're not going to be quiet about who they are, right? So I want you to consider who your character is when we drop them into everyday scenes, okay? And I want to make sure too, this part's pretty important. I want to make sure that you understand that you need to write exact action and dialogue. Don't tell me Jessica and James were talking in the lunchroom. I want to see the conversation. Tell me what Jessica said and tell me what James replied, and maybe Jessica gasped. I want to feel like I'm there, okay? I want to feel like I'm a fly on the wall listening to a conversation. So make sure you play it all out, all right? So exact action too. Don't tell me they just walked down the hallway. Maybe they sauntered because they were sad or lonely. Or maybe they walked with their head held high straight down the middle of the hallway, right? Kind of like they don't care about what anyone thinks about them. So I want you to think about all these little things. They're pretty important, all right? So here we go. Oops, sorry. So I'm going to ask that right now, and I'm going to put the timer on for you. Or maybe you can put the timer on yourself, actually, so that I can stop the video. I want you to put your character into an everyday scene. And I want it to be, maybe let's start with, I don't know, let's try the lunchroom. Okay, how does your character act in a large social setting like the lunchroom? Who do they sit with? What do they eat? Do they have a hot lunch or a cold lunch? Does mom pack their lunch? Is she packing all organic food? Or is she providing all the heavenly junk foods that there are to offer? What does your character do with the lunch? Are they going to eat it or are they going to trade it? Or maybe they're the type of character that might be pretending to eat it and really throws away all the food. I don't know. Think about who your character is, put them in the lunchroom, and I want you to play out a scene, okay? This probably will not even make it into your actual story, but I want you to act as if you are writing a story, okay? This will probably not make it into your realistic fiction ideas. Got it? Okay? Make sure you understand that. But please play it out as if it would be in your story. Detail, detail, detail. Cool? All right. So I want you to set the timer You can go to Google, like you can see I'm doing. If you type in 15-minute timer and press enter, it begins for you. This is the one I use in class a lot if I'm not using my phone, okay? So make sure you go ahead and do that. Again, here is your drill for the day. Got it? Miss you guys. See you probably next week. Behave yourselves.